Good morning, everyone. This is Pastor Lon Al, the homestead and pastor here on Harmon Acres Homestead. Just wanted to get on here for a few moments, and I really need a favor from all you believers out there. You know, as we've got the homestead here, God's blessed us with a nice homestead, and this video is not. I'm not, asking you this out of greed or anything, but we've got some property here in front of us. It's a field in front of our house. I've talked to the guy about leasing it, but he wants more than I want to put into leasing land, and they don't want to sell it right now. But I'm gonna pray and believe that it's God's will that he'll want to sell it, or at least lease it to us for a long period of time. But I'd rather buy it if I could. But anyway, I'm walking out here to the edge of the property. As you can see, as I'm leaving the house back there behind me, it's good, I don't know, 100 yards maybe. I'm not good with estimating stuff without rolling it off with a wheel. But anyway, I'm out here at the edge of our property. We all seen a lot of the videos on here before, and we only own out here to this portion right here. And I'm gonna spin the camera around. This is our property line. As you kind of look back, see our garden that we tell you about all the time. Just to give you a little bit of a view at the house over there with all the animals, the horses and stuff. Just kind of give you an idea of where we are. And then that's the property line where that big tree is, and then it turns out and goes out to the highway. Well, this field right here, it don't belong to us, and it belongs to a local guy here in our community. And I'm not sure on the acreage of it. It goes all the way out to the main highway. I really don't care anything about that part. I was just mainly concerned about the field part here. Just kind of put you in perspective. Straight over there in those pine trees, that's where my island's at, where I do my devotions and stuff, into a pond. And then that goes back out to the main highway. So this field here in front of the house, Robin and I have been praying about it, and we hope that it'll work out. And if it does, good, and if it don't, then that's fine too. But just wanted to give you all something to maybe be praying about, if it's Lord's will, because we could really use this field. I could plant some of it in coastal Bermuda grass and bale it for hay for our animals in the future. Robin Lynn would like to plant some wildflowers out there, have some, her sister started taking pictures and stuff, like weddings and stuff like that, and we would like to be able to maybe have a place where they can come out here and do more stuff like that, and really anybody. As we said before, God's given us this place, and we want to share it with everybody we can. And again, we're not being greedy, but it would really do our property a lot of good. And not only that, some of the farmers that have farmed this over the last couple of years, they were using some bad pesticides and poisons and stuff out here in this field. And as you can see, we had our honeybees back in the woods over here, but we moved them out here in the sunshine. I mean, I know the guy and all, he's fine with me doing that, but they would come in there and spray. We have our bees. We don't have them here because they swarmed on us. We plan on getting some more from a good friend of ours down in Mississippi, Mr. Larry, hopefully next spring. But we wanted to build our honeybees back, and it would be almost impossible. They come here and spray all kinds of pesticides and stuff. So the field goes on around. I'm not going to walk all the way around it, but it goes right here, and it goes back to kind of narrows up and goes back to a couple of pecan trees back in the back. But I wanted to walk you back this way and show you another problem we've had with the farmers. And like I said, I'm not kicking the farmers. I love our farmers. We got to have them. I support them all I can, but I don't like them using the ones that use these bad pesticides and stuff to control the weeds and stuff like that, because like I said, we have flowers, have our gardens here. Not only do we have our garden, but we have our animals and our water system, and honeybees in the future, and that won't go too well with with all this pesticides and stuff. We having enough of that sprayed down on from all these chemtrails you see across the sky. A lot of people don't believe that, but I do. All those airplanes you see flying across the sky, that's not exhaust. That's chemicals that's raining down on us. And I don't know if anybody else believes that, but I do. I'm sure. There's several other YouTubers on here that believe that as well. But I'm gonna walk down here, down the driveway. I'm gonna show you something back years before we moved here. Some of the, plus before I say that, you see how close it is to this field, to our orchard, our fruit tree orchard, and it's right here across the driveway. So I don't want to take the chance of you know, that stuff drifting over here and killing our fruit trees that we worked so hard to get started. And like I said, I know the farmers got to make a living, but I'd rather for him to do it, if he could, without all these pesticides and stuff like that, because I believe a lot of the junk you breathe in is cancer so rampant today. It's got to be in our food and our water system and in the air, and well, I ain't got time to get into all that on this video, but it's kind of our driveways you're coming into Harmony Acres Homestead. And it's the pasture right there, a round pen for the horses. But as I walk down here, I wanted to show you what I was saying. This field's pretty high up here. It don't really hold water, got good drainage. But the further you go this way, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, of course, but I can tell you that right up here where it's real brown and out maybe halfway that field, it holds water when it rains. So what they done years back before we moved here, they put a drain tile under this driveway right up here. I'm about to show you. And so with that, they done that to drain the water out of this field. Well, guess where the water goes? In our pond over here. So if they putting poison in this field and it's draining through this drain, going under my driveway into the pond, the lady that our neighbor stays up here, she's almost 80 years old. I think she's older. Maybe she's in her upper 80s. Can't remember, but she's been here for a long time, and she said this place used to be full of fish until they put that drain there. And when the water would drain out of the field, it'd go in this pond, and it eventually killed all the fish. So we don't want that anymore. You can see how the water's been standing out here. You can just tell the difference in the flowers and weeds over there versus this is where the water stands all the time. So 2 reasons we were wanting to pray and get y'all to pray with us is we could utilize this for our benefit, for our homestead with our animals, as well as planting flowers and honeybees. I mean, you can plant most of this field in different kinds of flowers, and it'd be great for the honeybees for their pollination and stuff like that, and have it right there at the garden instead of poisons and chemicals. And that's another main thing. We don't want any of these chemicals, because we got a well here too, and that stuff could get in your water system. But if I can find it, there's a place right along in here where it's weeds growing. There it is right there. See the riprap rock they got right there? Not good you can see that, but there's a drain tile right under those rocks. As a matter of fact, right there, you can see the drain. They put the rock around to keep the dirt from blocking it up. And I'm gonna leave it there as long as actually my neighbor that stays down here, the elderly lady that can teach you a lot of stuff about gardening and natural uses of stuff. She reported them to DHEC, Clemson Extension, and got them shut down for using poison and stuff in this field. And it's been laid out now for like going on 2 years. So as long as, even if we don't get it, as long as they don't spray the pesticides and the bad stuff using this field, we'll leave that drain there, because it goes out and underneath this driveway. Annabelle and Beauty, hey girls. But it goes underneath this driveway. If I can do this one-handed. So it comes straight under the driveway, and here's where it ends up. Now the pond's down some now, but that drain right there comes under our driveway out of that field where the poison was sprayed in the field for years, ran into this pond, and it killed all the fish that were in the pond. So I don't think there's anything wrong with us not wanting that stuff in our pond and not wanting this place sprayed this close to our house with our animals and our gardens and stuff like that. So y'all just pray with us about this if you don't mind. I had a scripture pulled up that reminds me of what I'm asking about. It's in Matthew 18 verse 19. It says, "Again I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them." So we're going to bind together in one mind and one accord as touching this one thing. And like I said, we accept God's will. If he's meant for us to have it, we pray the guy will come back and want to sell it to us at a price we can afford it. If not, then we'll just pray that God's will be done, and I'll have a good relationship with the farmer, and maybe he won't be spraying any pesticides. Well, he won't be, because we're not going to allow that to happen. So y'all be praying about that, as these girls here think I got them something to eat. And you got plenty to eat. Grass really growing in this hay field, in this field pasture. So a fly bit me and I jumped and they jumped. All right, get over there. Shoe fly. Sometimes I wonder if they wouldn't try me if I didn't keep my eye on them. But I don't turn my back on them, because they're animals and I don't trust them. Put y'all some fresh water in here. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate you. Again, bind with us together in prayer. It's God's will. This guy come around and sell it to us at a good price. If not, then we'll have a good relationship with the farmer that does farm it in the future. And he'll understand why we don't want any pesticides and chemicals and poisons this close to our family, our animals, and our garden. So appreciate you. May God richly bless you. And until next time, remember, Jesus Christ loves you, and Jesus Christ is the answer for any and everything you're dealing with in life. Hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.